Hi witches, blessed be. This is White Raven over here. Today is Monday, so happy Magic Monday to all of you guys. Today I'm going to continue with my little episodes of magical powders. And I really love powders, and I think they're really simple to do. And there are really quick magic that you can perform when you're like having some kind of emergency. It is good to have certain powders at home, like salt and all the spices in the world. You know, keep them in your cabinets and throw them away after you use it for some kind of, like, if you buy a very like exotic ingredient or kind of like spice, just keep it, always seal it, and because you don't know, maybe you may need it for magic eventually. Right now in this particular case, I'm going to do two protective powders, and they take the same ingredients and then just a little changes in both of them. They are for protection, and these powders are to be put around and sprinkled around your house or thresholds, or to set boundaries, not to let anything negative come through you. Through that line of protection powder, okay, towards you. All right, to protect your home, to protect your office, to protect your space. So right now I could totally sprinkle right here in the threshold of my doors, that goes outside in my backyard or whatnot, to protect my witchy room, for example. So I am taking these recipes, and I work a lot with this little book, Magical Powders and Recipe by Lady Jeanne. And it's super cute little book. It's just really quick. It's just a very small little book that you should have at home. She's pretty awesome, okay? So let's start with the first protective powder. If you have your mortar, please get your mortar because you're going to be grinding again. So you want to put some salt on it. I use sea salt. Watch out because we're going to be using dragon's blood. I have some stones, and dragon blood stains. Alright, so be very careful with that, because if you're working in a surface that is white, or if you're working in your kitchen and stuff like that, it stains. It stains your clothes, stains your hands, blah, 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 blah. And also you're going to use some sandalwood. I have sandalwood oil, and I tend to like to make some kind of oils with these powders because I like them more pasty rather than powdery, but it doesn't really matter. So what we're going to do now, we're going to make sure we grind all this. So this is protective powder number 1, and after this we're going to do protective powder number 2. That the only difference is going to be you're going to do a different ingredients, one different ingredient that you don't have over here. Sometimes I also use, believe it or not, dragon's blood for love powders and scrubs, you know. So here we are. We're going to be grinding this, and intentions. You're going to be thinking about the protection that you're transmitting. You're calling the forces of the universe towards you, and you're putting it in here because you are making a protective shield right now, all on you with your own hands. So this is becoming like a little talk almost. I'm going to show you right now how it's going to look. We're going to put it in this really cute glass container. It reminds me of Strawberry Quick. To that, I'm going to add some oil, some sandalwood oil. It's becoming really cute. It actually feels like you could eat this. It seems like I'm putting a lot of sandalwood oil, but no, trust me. For whatever reason, this bottle does not give me a lot of oil every time I shake it. So after you put this sandalwood oil in your powder, you're going to mix, like so. And there you go. This is really cool powder. It's a protection powder. Now, remember that you have dragon's blood in there. So if you have light carpet, if you have white floor, it's not going to be a good idea because it's going to stain. So you're going to mark your floor and you're going to stain your carpet. But if you want to do it outside your house, for example, and you're going to go around the perimeters of your house, you can do that. I don't recommend for you. Always be mindful of little pets. But be very careful with the sandalwood, with the dragon's blood, because it will stain, all right? Now, what's the difference recipe for this one? You're going to have the protection powder number 2, so in which you're going to use just salt, sandalwood, and clove. So this one will be friendlier for home. So I absolutely love cloves. Yes, they do already come in powder, so you can use them like that. But I absolutely love cloves. It's one of my favorite magical ingredients, spices. I tell you, I'm trying to decide if I want to put some really cool black wallpaper in my room. I went looking for wallpaper the other day, and I'm in love with this wallpaper that I found. The arc is black, and it has this really antique kind of like designs and has some texture on it. It's like, oh my god. I can't wait until I just finish that back wall, do my apothecary, and I have all my stuff right in there. Anyway, so here I am. I grind some of the cloves. Now I'm going to put some salt. And this one for sure I'm going to use in my house. And remember, guys, the intentions is everything in this beautiful powders that you're going to create with your own hands. And you're transmitting the energy. I usually tend to think that if you're in a bad mood, if you are not feeling it, I don't think you should be doing spells. I think spells, you should be in a really good state of mind for you to perform them, because there are days that you are really legit, really drained, and I don't think you should be performing spells when you're feeling drained. As it is, performing spells and doing any kind of magical recipe, I get you really tired. So we're just going to mix this over here. This is a little bit more, it'll take more work if you want to completely dissolve or completely powdery. It doesn't really have to be, we're just making a powder. And then now, to this pretty one. See, you don't have the red ink from the dragon's blood. We're going to add the sandalwood. And again, if you have sandalwood in powder, just use your sandalwood in powder. There you go. The next spell that I'm going to be making, guys, is going to be a spell for conceiving. And it's going to be a powder that you're going to be creating for conceiving. So I'm probably going to make it today, and I'll probably link it here. But it's going to be a spell for conceiving. So if you're really trying to conceive and have a baby, I'm going to be making a spell on that. And it's going to be a powder, so it's going to be very simple. You don't have to do elaborate candles and doing things. It's just a matter of creating this powder and using it. So I'll be right up with you after I finish with these 2 spells to teach you how to do a conceiving powder. And there we go. This is how it looks. Smells like cloves. Doesn't smell bad at all. Dragon bloods actually look really pretty. And it doesn't really smell like anything. So, blessed be, little witches. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving this past week, and you have opportunity to give thanks to all the good things and bad things that we have in our lives. And until our next video, stay wicked. Bye.